Hi, I'm Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace, and a lot of you requested that I show you how to make my poison apple book. So this is the book, and I want to explain how I did that. It's kind of a fun little decoration for Halloween. Let me get that out of the way. What you're gonna need is black paint. You'll need some chalk paint or black paint, and you'll need some black spray paint. You'll need a spray bottle with water, Mod Podge. You can use some green moss, some Spanish moss if you like, to make it look a little more creepy. You'll need a piece of rope or a piece of ribbon. You will need lots of glue sticks, and you will need the glue gun, and you'll need 2 printables that you can find anywhere, and I will post these in the links below. You will also need a book, and I purchased the books at the Dollar Tree, or you can use an old book, whatever you have, okay? So how this process goes is a lengthy process. It's not that it's hard, it's just lengthy. So what I recommend is you split the book in half, and I try to pick, because the one printable is a little bit smaller, kind of like a half page. So you can pick like a half page, and then we will put that on there. And then the full page, it will go like that. Those will just be Mod Podged on. But to begin this process, what you want to do, you can do it 2 ways. You can either Mod Podge every single page, and to do it right, that's what you need to do, so that the book is nice and stiff. Or you can glue the pages. So it's either or, whatever you like. But before you do that, the reason why we have the spray bottle is you're going to take the pages and you're going to just wet them. Just take your spray bottle and do this like you're doing a deck of cards, just to kind of wet the pages, okay? And that will give you control of bending your pages. Once you dampen those, you'll kind of just hold them in like a rolled position for a minute, and that will give us our bent look. Okay, so we're going to do that to all 4 sides. You don't want it too wet, but wet enough to make your shapes, okay? So that's how that's gonna look. And let me just grab those. Like I said, if you kind of do it like a deck of cards, just let the pages kind of fly. They need to be a little bit more wet on the top, because that's where you're going to get your most bend. Okay, so we're just kind of gonna roll that and kind of push down a little so that will bend the pages. I'm not really trying to bend my corners as the whole, I really want to bend the whole page, okay? And for our last corner, same concept. That will, like I said, bend our corners. So you can kind of see on my sample, all the pages are curly. Can you see that? So what you would then do is let this dry. And I live in Arizona, so it doesn't take too long. What I do normally is just set this outside, and then that will make them kind of crunchy and hard, and it kind of gives it a ripple effect to the pages, okay? And then you are going to just take your pages, like I said, and either glue them down and push and just glue each page. That's how I got this book to, excuse me, stay together. Okay, next after you get that done, and that, like I said, is a long time, you can either Mod Podge every page or you can glue them. Then next, after that, we would begin to paint. Now this is a little wet, so I should have probably prepped one, but I didn't. So let's do this the correct way. What you'll want to do is take your Mod Podge, and then after that's dry, like I said, and it's going to be super crunchy, you're going to just Mod Podge. And I'm just going to pour it on there, and I'm going to Mod Podge this whole entire page to make it nice and stiff. Like I said, since I'm working on it a little bit wet. And then you're going to just place it over your writing. And just make sure all your sides are down. If it's not, just add a little more Mod Podge. Cannot have enough Mod Podge in this project, let me tell you. Or glue. The stiffer the book is, the better it will, be. The whole idea is to make it nice and crunchy. Okay, so then we're going to Mod Podge this page, and you can come up on the curls, like I said, just kind of give those a little extra. Okay, hopefully you won't tear it, but the reason why that tore is because it's super wet. Okay, and then we're going to cover the writing and lay that down. Okay, so making sure that all my ends are down. And like I said, normally I would have let this obviously dry. Oof, that's not good. A little extra Mod Podge. That should hold the page down. Okay, then next, after that was done, then you would use your black paint. And what you want to do is dip your paint and go on all the edges to make it nice and black. And coming along here, just kind of tap along the edges and go over the little bit of paper that we applied with the story, just so it looks like it's blended. This way it will not look like it's added onto our book. So we're just going to kind of tap that so that it kind of comes up onto our paper. So it will look real natural. And you can just paint that in black. Kind of open your book and go down the center. This will also kind of make it look like it is smoked, like as if we burned it. I have burned the paper to get that burned edge, but being that you're gluing it down, you don't really notice it anyway. So I feel like it's an extra step unnecessary, but you could do that if you like. Recommend being super careful so no one burns their place down. Okay, so now, like I said, normally this whole book would be glued, but I don't want to obviously bother you with gluing or Mod Podging every page. That's unnecessary. During the tutorial, it will take hours. I wouldn't say hours, but a while. Okay. And maybe you need a little bit smaller brush to do in the cracks here. We want it to be the dark black, but I don't want it to get all completely over the words. Okay, so you got the concept there. This would be all black like that and smoky. Now a couple things is you could use twine, and this was kind of thick, so you could either unravel it and you can put that down the center of your book to make it look like, a bookmark page, or you can cut ribbon and do the same thing. And what you'll want to do is just tuck that with a little bit of glue. Obviously right down here. And we'll just put that right in there. And that will look like the, you know, bookmark, sorry. Now, after you've painted this whole thing and it's hard, what you'll next do is you are going to, if you missed any pages, you'll take it outside. I have done this. And then you'll just give a little bit of spray. Don't do this in the kitchen like me. But just spray this. This will help kind of fog, and it will also help your pages be a little stiffer. So you'll want to do that also around the edges of the book, because that will make them all kind of smoky and foggy also. Then after that is done, you will take your, you can use green moss or you can use Spanish moss, and you will glue little clusters of that. So usually I put a little bit of this and I glue it right on to the book. And then I take a little of my green moss, and all these materials you can get at the dollar store. And I put a little cluster of the green moss in there. So it kind of looks like the page is old and creepy. And honestly, even if you leave a few of the glue strings, it will just look like cobwebs. So that is how I do these books. And I will, like I said, link the pages where you can get the copies to do the book. But your book should look something like this, and like I said, it should be hard and kind of crunchy. Now this one, I also did not glue all the way down, and this is exactly what will happen. If you don't glue it down all the way, you'll see where you missed. You can see where my pages have chunks, so those need to be glued down. Now if you like it, you know, like that, hey, you can leave it like that. It would be a lot quicker, but the way it's supposed to be real crunchy and held down. Hey, you can follow me on YouTube. You can also follow me on Facebook, and I also write for Home Talk. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you do something kind of fun and creepy for Halloween. Hey everybody, have a great day.